What's up guys, this is Yacineygo and today we're going to be going over a bunch of new cards announced in Doom of Dimensions that support decks that are already really good, so you already know the saying, the rich get richer, and the poor stay poor. Alright, but we also got some small news concerning Black Wings, I guess, because we already know that Yusei is getting some new cards in, I forgot the set, whatever, and then Akiza in Doom of Dimensions, but apparently, you know, Blackwing is also getting some new cards, I believe, because it says a Crow deck featuring the latest Blackwings from 22's Darkwing Blast and more. So, I don't know. You know, I'm really looking at the more here, but it doesn't really mean anything. I don't know if that really guarantees new support. Maybe, I don't know. And also Chibi, Blackwing Dragon. Nobody really cares, but whatever. What really matters is if there are brand new cards for Blackwing, this would be the news for it. And if not, well, we got debated. Anyways, let's get right into it. As soon as you smash the like and subscribe button and check out my Blue Eyes and Crystron and Lunite spreadsheet, and also check out my sponsors. Whatever, the first card is Dragontail Felix. What is the Felix? There we go. Level 2 Light Spellcaster. This is the first light monster in Dragontail. 800 attack, 1500 defense, first and second effect once per turn. This card is a normal or special summon. You can target a Dragontail monster in a grave, except itself summon it, and then return a monster you control to the hand. This doesn't look really good because there's already 6 normal summons in the deck. There is a Muller as well as Lucius. So if you add like 3 extra normal summons, which you're not trying to do, your deck will clog like there's no tomorrow. So if anything, this card is a one of. And then the second effect is just like the basic standard Dragontail effect whenever it's sent to the graveyard as a fusion material. So nothing too special here. It's a very, you know, okay card. It's not great. It's just like whatever. I feel like a lot of archetypes, they have those kinds of effects where it's like one monster would search from deck to hand, and then one monster would like send from deck to grave, and then one monster would summon from hand, and one monster would summon from the grave. We've seen this with like Satellar Knight, with like so many archetypes, honestly, they're kind of like that. Anyways, Dragontail Sting. Normal trap card, once per turn. Target a monster and or a spell or trap in your opponent's graveyard, banish them. This is generic, by the way, anyone can play this. Then you can place a Dragontail card from a grave or banished on the bottom of the deck except itself, then draw one card. This is the classic Dragontail trap card effect. Every other trap has this, and this means that every single Dragontail trap card is ashable or purgeable, and that's the reason why Yummy, if they have Ash and Purge, what they do is that they actually don't let, they let the whole Dragontail combo go first, like, go uninterrupted when they go first, and then they just use Ash and Purge as board breakers on the trap cards to deny the opponents the 2 draws, as well as, you know, the bounce and the spell negate, which is, I think, the smartest thing to do, because Dragontail, it doesn't really have like a high ceiling. The end board is actually very breakable, but it, you know, it draws a lot, it recycles back a lot of cards, the grind game is crazy, it's super resilient, so if you're wasting your hand traps on them, this is where you lose. But if you use your hand traps intelligently, like Ash on the trap card, this is where I think your win rate is going to increase dramatically against this deck. So yeah, that's like the issue, and I don't really feel like the new support really changed any of that, so I think this is very mediocre. It's like 2 one-ofs at best, honestly. Anyways, let's get into the new Yummy card. So the first one is Marshmallow Yummy, level 1 Light Beast, 800 attacks and 600 defense. 800 attack is actually a lot, a lot, ooh. But I mean, it's, you know, a lot compared to like 0 attack or like something ridiculous like 100 attack. So honestly, it does feel good to have, because if your Yummy field spell that boosts everything gets like banished or something, you might be screwed. You might be. And I said you might be. Anyways, you can only use the first and second effect once per turn. If you control no monsters, or all monsters you control are Light Beast monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. I don't know why they did that. I really have no idea, because the other Yummy monsters, they're all inherent summons, and then they just turned this into an activated effect. So Yummy, that is not supposed to lose to Izuna, now randomly loses to Izuna. I do not understand. I just do not understand. But honestly, this card's really good. It means that you no longer have to play the Sky Striker engine at all in the deck, which feels really nice, because it also makes it so that you don't have to play Kigari in the extra deck. And also, it's not like the best engine out there, just because it's not like organic Yummy cards. And also, this is like 1 extra name, so Obedience Cooled will never really run out of fuel. So that's nice. Yeah, I mean, it's a good card. It's definitely a good card just for that effect, but it has another effect. If this card is no more special summon, you can add a Yummy spell or trap from a graveyard to your hand, or if it was special summoned by a Synchro Monsters effect, you can place a Yummy field spell or a continuous spell or trap from your deck or banished face up on your field instead. Holy crap. Alright, okay. Yeah, so okay, this card went from being good to being ridiculously good. This is no longer the same thing. This card gives you like an infinite grind game for real, because now unless like your opponent has like a Kashira Fenrir to banish like your field spell that boosts like all the monsters face down, like there's no way you lose now. Like your field spell can get banished and you can actually recur it back. And also you can keep looping your surprise over and over, so now you can play one surprise and feel good about it. Whereas right now, honestly, I wouldn't play one surprise. I would main deck 2 surprise and then side the third, because honestly it's a really good card. It's like once per turn for each effect, so if you jump multiple copies, you know, you can use one to bounce two cards, so it's a board breaker going second, and also it's like a searchable out kind of to like a couple of floodgates, which does feel good. And you know, it's a monster reborn. It also summons from hand technically, so if you get bounced back on your normal summon, then you can just keep playing, and then you can summon all your other monsters after that. It's a great card. And also even like the switcheroo for field spell effect is not too bad. But yeah, this is like really insane. This effect is like the really broken one. It's even better than this, because this is a little awkward just because it activates. If it didn't, then the card would have been like a 10 out of 10 for sure. But it does, so yeah, it's still a really good card though. I obviously can't complain. I would give it like an 8.5/9 out of 10. This is just to give you an idea of how good it is, even like including the drawback. Anyways, Yummy is a continuous spell card, second and third effect once per turn. Each time 2 or more Yummy monsters are special summoned to your field at the same time, you gain 500 life points, and if you do, your opponent pays 500 life points. Alright, okay, cool. So this deck used to suck in time because you have to pay 100 life points just a quick sync, which is really, it's really bait. So instead of having a draw with your opponent in time, you lose in time. Now, instead of losing, or instead of having a draw, you win, which is stupid. It's so broken. And also, you can do this on your first turn right away. It's not hard to do. And if you keep triggering this effect over and over, it might actually be really scary for decks like Lunalight, for example. You know, you want to heavy poly me? Yo, how about I just make you pay an extra 500? Oh, 35 plus 2k plus 2k for heavy poly with 3 monsters from the extra deck is exactly 75. Will you look at that? Now this is the finishing 500 life points blow. This is disgusting. Like, actually completely nasty. I cannot believe that you have like this good of a win condition where you not only gain the life points, so you recover them after you pay with the link one, even though it doesn't really matter because it's only 100, but also you burn your opponent every single freaking time. And it's not difficult to trigger this effect multiple times. So this effect is already incredibly good because it fixes a big issue for the deck. Also, this fixed a big issue, and even this fixed a big issue. Like, honestly, every effect that I'm reading so far is insane. It's like everything that Yummy could have dreamt for. But it keeps getting better. As if this continuous spell card wasn't good enough, it has 2 additional effects. You can pay 500 life points, then target, which you can recover easily anyways, then target 2 face-up monsters on the field, including Yummy Snatchy, which is the link one, send both to the grave, and if you do special summon 1 Yummy Synchro monster from your extra deck, and it's treated as a Synchro summon. Do you understand what this means? Do you understand? Because you might be like, okay, I don't understand why I would really care about that necessarily. Well, now you can turn Yummy Snatchy in any like random body on the field into like a synchro. It doesn't have to be like a level 1 non-tuner anymore. It can really just be anything. So if your opponent gives you like a contact C, for example, and you already had like the Yummy Link one on the field, which honestly is really difficult to do, I'm not gonna lie. But still, if you randomly manage to like summon the Link one and then your opponent drops like the contact C, then you might be able to like get rid of the contact C and then summon the Yummy Synchro, and you disregard its effect completely. And also it says target 2 face-up monsters on the field. On the field. Wait, hold on a second. It gets even better. So you can target 2 face-up monsters on the field, including the Link one, but it can be both on your opponent's field. So you can activate Dark Ruler, and then activate this card, and then link off, or synchro off with like your opponent's monsters. This makes no sense. It actually makes no sense. And by the way, the Yummy Mirror Match is... you're gonna lose a lot of brain cells when you're gonna see how insanely degenerate the field spell is. So it reads, Yummy monsters you control gain 500 attack for each Light Beast monster, not that you control, for each Light Beast monster on the field. So it includes your opponent's field as well. So in the Mirror Match, your monsters can have like 5,000 attack, which is ridiculous. Imagine having like a monster that goes from 0 to like 5,000 attack, and then you have like 5 monsters like that. It's like 25,000 damage. Obviously, they keep losing attack every single time a monster dies, but still, it's ridiculous. And this, added like a new dynamic to the mirror match that is like very unique, that I think a lot of decks do not have. So it's really cool how you can use like your opponent's monsters to summon your Yummy Synchro. This is insane. And again, any random bullshit body, you can have 2 Link 1s and then still make a Yummy Synchro. It's such a cracked effect. Anyways, there's a third effect. This card is like a custom card so far. Every effect is insane, but it gets even better. If your opponent activates a card effect, you can pay 100 life points. Then immediately after this effect resolves, Link summon 1 Yummy Monster. It says Yummy Monster. Link summon 1 Yummy Monster. It doesn't say Link summon into Yummy Snatchy, which means that there's potential for new Yummy Link monsters. Oh my god. Yeah, okay, this is really good. And also, this is just overall a really good effect, because now, if you get hit by Dark Ruler, you don't really care anymore. Like, you actually don't care at all, because now you can just Link summon right away into, like, the Link 1, which places the other field spell that destroys whenever you Synchro Summon. And then you can still quick sync right away with the bodies that are already there. And then it's like back to square one, whereas literally nothing changed. So this is like full recovery for Dark Ruler. Okay, no, yeah, this card is Exodia. Like, this card is like, actually, in my head, it's a 10 out of 10. Because it's a one of that you can easily search with the Cupsy. That you can easily search with, you can search the Cupsy with the Cupsy. There we go. Yeah, well, I mean, you can search the Cupsy main deck monster by the Cupsy Synchro monster that can be made with, like, literally any Yummy monster in the entire, like, alphabet. And then, yeah, you get access to this, and then you win the game. There you go, Merry Christmas. And also, like I said, the fact that you can recur back your surprise, so now you don't really feel bad about using it anymore. This completely power crept the existence of cards like Onari, the Link 2 monster. That card sucks. It's dog shit. But now, you don't have to play that anymore. So this is a 3 of, and this is going to be a 1 of, but it's a very, very, very good 1 of. Very good. And just to give you an idea of how good it is, yo, the U has like a capital Y and a capital O. It's broken. It's actually insane. But yeah, this Yummy support is just like, oh, chef's kiss. Insane. Completely insane. Anyways, we've got some new K9 cards. And in case you couldn't tell, K9 right now is the best engine in the OCG. Anyways, the first one is K904 Noroi. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, these artworks, they do look gorgeous. Like, absolutely beautiful. I love the colors and everything. So, at least artworks-wise, I'll give it a 10 out of 10. I am not complaining whatsoever. It looks beautiful. Anyways, this one is an Earth Machine, like I said, so it's searchable by Infinite Track River Stormer, as well as... Yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyways, 2200 attack and 1500 defense. Oh, actually, it's also searchable by Clockwork Knight, but who cares? Second and third effect once per turn. If your opponent has 2 or more cards in their hand, you can normal summon this card without tributing. This is the classic K9 effect. And then, if this card is normal summoned, only on normal summon, not on normal or specialed, you can special summon a non-machine K9 monster from your deck. Okay. And if you do, you can special summon from the extra deck while you control that face-up monster except K9 monsters. So it's not like it doesn't lock you for the rest of the turn, but as long as that monster is there, you can only summon like Ripper, pretty much. Which is a little frustrating. I mean, you can also summon Hound, but that card sucks. So it's a little annoying, honestly, but it's not like the end of the world. And then there is another effect. So you can send a K9 card you control to the grave, look at your opponent's hand. This is... I mean, more of like a going first effect, and it's completely irrelevant, I think, if you get drooled. What is, like, cool with this is that Case of K9 used to kind of be a little useless on the field most of the time, unless you could destroy it to, like, set the X-Force Liberation. But now you can actually get full value off of each and every single card on your field. You're not obviously trying to, like, send, like, a monster you control to use that effect, because that would be super neggy. And it's also not like you're gaining, like, real... concrete card advantage. You're really just looking at your opponent's hand, which is still very good, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes the best thing about triple tactic talents is not even like the fact that you're ripping a card, but the fact that you know exactly how to sequence your disruptions to like checkmate your opponent, and the fact that you can do this is pretty nice. And also, again, K9 can be played as a mid-range deck with like infinite hand traps. So imagine knowing exactly when to hand trap your opponent strategically so that your opponent cannot beat you. Like, the only variable to take into consideration would be your opponent's top deck, and that's pretty much it. So I think this card is pretty nice if you're playing, like, pure K9, but honestly, I wouldn't really try to splash this in any other deck, just because it takes up your normal summon. This is really, like, the only real flaw that I can find on the card. It's the only one. I can't think of, like, any other bad thing that it does. So yeah, it's really just, it takes up your normal summon. If it was like on normal or special summoned, I would have said like straight up, this is the best card in the deck. It would have been like unfair. Summon from the deck, on normal or special, nah, it would have been insane. But yeah, still, like I said, can't complain, still a good card. Key9 666 Jack, so not only insane artwork, but the name is kind of sick as well. So yeah, it's a rank 5 dark, 2 level 5 monsters, generic. First effect once per turn. If this card is Xyz summoned, or if your opponent activates a monster effect in the hand or graveyard, you can detach a material from this card, then target a monster on the field, destroy it. It's actually pretty good. It's really good because it means that you can summon this off of X-Force Liberation instead of having to summon the werewolf. And werewolf, sometimes it doesn't feel like it's the best interruption out there. But whatever, a Key9 Xyz monster that has this card as material gains this effect, so any battle damage this card inflicts to your opponent, the turn the activated monster effect in the hand or graveyard is doubled. So yeah, I guess if you summon a werewolf using this, or even Rip or whatever, and it also gets boosted by case of K9, bro, you can deal like 16,000 damage to your opponent super easily, or if not even more. You can easily deal like over like 20,000 damage with like one single monster, just because double battle damage, the monster can attack multiple times. I mean, that's cool, but it doesn't really matter too much. I think the Xyz monster is a little underwhelming in my opinion, but yeah, this card's pretty good. So yeah, the K9 support is just like whatever. It's not really gonna change the game, I think. Same thing with Dragon Tail. It's not gonna change anything. If anything, I'd say these cards got shafted the most. Like, I mean, like, sorry, the deck, it got shafted. Because these cards are not, like, they actually, borderline, they suck. Honestly, there's a world in which you don't even want to play a single stink. Like, you might even side deck one, but you wouldn't really main deck it. Because now you've got, like, 3 traps, it might be a little too many bricks. And then this card, like I said, doesn't do jack shit on its own. It takes up your normal summon, even though you can also, like, trigger it when it's special summoned. I can guarantee you, Dragon Tail is not a combo deck that spams infinite summons in one turn. It's a deck that has 1 normal summon, that's it, 2 fusion summons on, like, their own turn, and then they play a little more on the opponent's turn, if anything. I guess, kind of, not really. It doesn't do a lot of actions. It's like a Despia, but at home, but a Despia that's, like, ultra resilient, and that doesn't really have any flaws other than, like, Retelling Sea and Shifter. As for Yummy, this new support is, like, complete insanity. One of the best new support I've ever seen in my entire existence. Like I said, it fixes every single flaw, pretty much, that the Yummy deck used to have. You guys let me know how you feel about these new cards in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.